안녕하세요.
I'm Demarchlier.
I'm Arielle.
And we're
So Do for Two.
Okay, so the one review we're going to do today is My Lovely Samsoon. And this is a classic from 2005. Great drama. This is something that we actually obviously came to much later because we just started watching the dramas. So we're going to go into the characters for this one.
Sorry, I had to play with a dog. Okay, so the main female lead, so Kim Samsoon is played by Kim Soo-na. The male lead is Hyun Jin-hyun, played by Hyun Bin. And then Yoo Hee-jin, played by Yong Reo-won. And then Dr. Kim Henry, played by Daniel Henney.
Okay, so the characters in this is how we were introduced to Hyun Bin, right?
Yeah, you know, we had just seen, which actually came out later, we had seen Millionaire's First Love. So we watched My Lovely Samsoon because we really liked him in that movie. If you've seen that movie, it's a tearjerker. We really like that one. And then also in this one, we have Daniel Henney.
That's how we were introduced to Daniel Henney as well.
Oh my gosh,
and again,
Daniel
like
Henney.
we said with our other reviews, I mean, when someone speaks English in dramas, it's always fun. And I used to watch a lot of dramas actually silent. And I had to, of course, turn it off with Daniel Henney's on because he speaks English in it, so that's great.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you've seen her favorite list of like Korean actors, Daniel Henney's #1, so I definitely like him.
So with My Lovely Samsoon, I mean, why I think this is such a great character list is it's kind of like for me watching Bridget Jones's Diary or something like that. The idea of like this woman who is a normal woman. I think she goes through a lot of the same issues as most people, and she kind of ends up with the ideal type, right, which is Hyun Bin's character.
Yeah, I mean, she's a little more like a real girl. She's not your perfect beauty girl.
So chemistry in this, I mean, right away, it's not like hit it out of the park, good or bad right away. It's more like he doesn't seem like he likes her, and just, you know, you're kind of like moving along with them. It seems like right away, like, you know, Hyun Bin's character loves another person.
Yeah.
And, you know, that kind of takes a long time in the story to pull out and sort of, you know, for him to connect with Samsoon.
It's not as obvious as some shows that like they're going to end up together. So it's definitely an interesting take on this sort of love story.
And sort of how it ends. It doesn't end all neatly tied up.
Yeah, and it's like, I think it's a little more realistic. I think that's why this one's like more like a Bridget Jones, because she seems like more like a real woman, and it's sort of like more like a real life.
And it still ends up with Hyun Bin, who's great.
Pretty good looking. We'll keep him.
All right.
Mistaken identities and misunderstanding.
Yeah, I mean,
not mistaken identities. Kind of, there's a bunch of misunderstandings. And I think that has to do with
things.
Yeah, like how they end up meeting each other and all of those sorts of like things that happen with them. How piggyback rides. There's definitely piggyback rides in this one. I can't remember who's giving the piggyback ride. For some reason, I feel like, you know, Suna is giving a piggyback ride, but I can't. I'm not sure about that one. It's been a while since we've seen the show, but kisses. So there's definitely kisses. There's like the kiss over the railing.
Was that Namsam or?
I don't know. It's a really like touristy spot, so a lot of people go there.
Seoul,
We actually saw it on the Victoria and Nikhyun. They like went to the same place.
Steps. I think it is like Namsam Tower. I think it's like the opposite side of it or something. So with Bad Guy Turned Good, we didn't mention that one.
Oh, sorry.
This is one that, I mean, he's not really a bad guy. I think he was hurt in love, and then you kind of see him come back to it. But he doesn't really start out like, I mean, he's obviously wealthy and well off, like we see so many other times in the dramas, but he's not really a bad guy.
And I also think
not quite as drastic.
Yeah, it's not as drastic, but I feel for some reason this character reminds me of the character from Playful Kiss.
Okay.
Until the end. Because I feel like he's like a little bit more standoffish.
He actually gets like the nice.
Yeah, he actually like comes around and like loves her, but I mean, he's definitely a little more standoffish for a longer time. Okay. So that reminds me more of that show.
Yeah.
Fashion. So this was a little bit older, so fashion is definitely not so.
I think this is like like the big fashion. I mean, it's like normal people wearing normal clothing.
Okay.
In this one, so music isn't really an issue in this one, right? There wasn't. She's like out of the picture.
Sorry.
Yeah, music really wasn't an issue in this one. I mean, or nothing really memorable.
Yeah.
So rating for this one. So My Lovely Samsoon, I rate this an 8.5. Okay, I rate this an 8.5. I mean, it's a good story. It just didn't have quite the you know, the big bang that you want, like a lot of the stories to have. But it introduced me to Daniel Henney and furthered my love of Hyun Bin. So I just think that I have to give it, you know, a higher score.
Yeah, I give it like an 8 to 8.5 because I think that I really like that it's more like realistic than a lot of the other dramas. I mean, there isn't any like. We just did A Secret Garden, and, you know, there's a lot of, like, supernatural things. This is really not like that.
And sometimes it's like, are you watching a drama to watch real life, or are you watching a drama to watch something that would never happen in real life? So.
That's very true. So, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for of a drama, but I think this one's a little more realistic and sort of, like, real women issues. So I think that one is really great. And I would, about the same score, but maybe a little less. I don't know, but I definitely would watch it again.
All right, well, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.